Okay, we should be live. Oh, he declined the ready process. But we are live. I'm just going to do a real quick introduction. We're practicing our casting for Saturday's tournament. We're going to do a best of 3 between Giggle's friend and Carter.
His name is OhrlRok.
Okay. Declined the ready process. But we are live. I'm just going to do a real quick introduction.
So is it it's a best of what?
OhrlRok?
OhrlRok, yeah.
Okay.
He just spells it kind of goofy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's a best of 3.
Just a second. I mute the fucking. All right, there we go.
Yeah. Holy shit, he has a lot of games played, man. This guy loves him some StarCraft. Did you see that? 1,200
OhrlRok?
games this season. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
dude, he streams a lot, man.
That's impressive. Yeah, no, I followed him. I'm gonna check him out.
Do you want to move yourself to the fucking spectator?
Oh shit. Yeah.
I know, right? You're blowing it.
No, I was just trying to make sure our stream was up and everything real quick. So we are gonna go in that aspect. We're up on the Nidus, so.
Do you have archive on?
Yes, I did turn it on.
Okay, cool.
Alright, I went ahead and sent that to him in game. I think we're ready to go. I'm just going to ask if they're ready this time because I learned my lesson from last night.
Alright.
Alright, we got a go-go from 1, a go-go from 2. We are going to start.
Oh, wait. No. Carter's Terran.
Oh, shit. Did I quit out in time? Oh, shit, you have to invite me now.
Got you.
Oh, no, I'm back. Okay.
Right. Oh, he can switch within that 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. All right, well, we're learning as we're going.
All right, we're back. We're ready to go.
Nice. Set it even to 1v1. Nailed it.
Yeah, no, it's like we know what we're doing this time around. I'm going to switch over to OhrlRok.
He's a monster.
Monster.
All right, man. So do we know if this is a best of 3 or 5 or what?
They both agreed to a best of 3.
Okay, word.
Yeah, so that's pretty hype. I hosted my channel from my personal Twitch, so hopefully everyone will come find us here shortly.
Gotcha. In the bottom right, as the red Protoss, we have fun, good game, OhrlRok.
All right, and in the top left, from Clan Just, it is the King of Diamonds, Carter. I'm going to have to come up with another nickname for him. It's not that I don't love the King of Diamonds, I just don't want to wear it out because it's such a cool nickname. I don't want people to get tired of it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, only reserved for extreme times.
Yeah, when you need to give him a little boost.
Absolutely. So it looks like OhrlRok coming out now, putting out the gateway down first. Carter opening up with a hatch first, so pretty standard openings from each other. We'll have to see just how early OhrlRok drops the Nexus if he chooses to do that.
Yep, he hasn't yet. He's just going with the gateway. He's just up in there scouting. So I was trying to put up all the correct tabs. I now have production tabs showing, so it's like we're learning.
Getting so good. Menelicki coming in hot, saying go Carter.
Yeah, we're not going to show any bias. That's going to be the hard thing during this whole tournament, right? Is to not show any biases because everyone's our friend. So when the strangers are playing our friends, it's going to be really hard to show no bias. But I'm sure we'll get it done, being the consummate professionals that we are.
Absolutely. So interesting here, OhrlRok, and now he has 2 people on gas. But initially when he had built it, he only had 1. But he drops the Nexus, so it's not like he really needs that gas much anyways.
Yep. Bringing the cybernetics core down. Carter's finally got his pull down, so it's a little different from Carter than we normally see, but pretty much a normal opening. We're not going to get anything too crazy going on for a few seconds. Normally Carter takes his 3rd on 19 supply though, so it's really weird that he hasn't sent a drone over there yet. I kind of wonder what's going on with that.
Well, if
Oh
you see,
shit!
he's got
Yeah.
it down below. Yeah,
Wow.
word.
Yeah, that was my bad. My bad.
That's pretty nice though. I mean, it's an interesting play. We'll have to see if it works out for Carter because OhrlRok dropping the pylon there now, still assuming that Carter's going to come down there to drop it. But Carter playing a little bit of mind games and choosing to go in a different spot. So we'll see if it pays off for him.
Well, he managed to mind game someone who has vision of the entire map, so I'd say it worked out very well. I was still waiting for him to go over there too.
Absolutely, tricked you.
Got him.
No speed coming in for Carter, so he's just kind of sitting on slow lings. He really wants to get his eco up.
Yeah, and a proxy cybernetics core coming down for Ohrl, so he obviously doesn't know anything about Carter's third down there. I'd imagine he wouldn't be doing that stuff.
Absolutely, yeah, that's pretty strange, man. I wonder why that is. I know that putting a gateway down, like a proxy gateway, helps you warp in quicker, but I'm not sure. I don't think that works like that for a cyber core.
Yeah,
I truly don't know. So we'll have to see. That's some Protoss shit that I may not be aware of.
Oh, really? This is news to me, though.
New meta. Proxy cybercore.
Single Ling coming over, I think, just to see kind of what's going on. But I'd imagine we're about to get that OV speed any minute here for Carter because that's how he likes to get his information. As I say that, look at that. Man, we're getting good. He just began it. He just began it. So I'd imagine this Overlord we're staring at right now will poke into Ohrl's base and get all the good information that he needs. Carter's pretty good with that.
Oh, look at this one Ling really paying off. I'm not sure if Ohrl was going for a Nexus or if he was just moving out. Looks like he was just moving out. But that Ling does catch sight of it and he'll follow it.
Yep, Carter's going to chase it away for now.
Absolutely, yeah. He's going to find out now about the third base. So pretty smart on Ohrl's part to really realize that, hey, man, he hasn't dropped that third or even pressured for it. So something's going on here.
Yeah, and the cybernetic core stayed down. I was going to see if he canceled it, but by the time I went up there to see it, it's already finished. So that's there to stay. Carter's probably going to send something over there to mess with it here in a minute, but I've never seen that before. It's a pretty interesting choice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've never seen that before either. So, I mean, it's definitely beefier. Like, it takes a while to knock down rather than just that pylon, but it's not like it matters. Carter kind of... I mean, I'd like to see it in a game where it would have, affected the third base.
Yep. Carter coming in with that speed overlord just on time as soon as it finishes, and he's getting vision of all of the play coming out of Ohrl. So he's going to see a bunch of adepts and some production gearing up, but nothing too crazy. I think Carter's just going to continue to macro up.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like the Roach one just now finishing for Carter, so he should be able to shoo away any sort of adepts. As we can see that OhrlRok has, 6, 8, something like that?
Yep,
I don't know.
as you say that, they push out, so I'd imagine they're about to come for this third. We'll follow them.
Yep. OhrlRok does have the advantage here that Carter is, slightly closer. His third base is closer to OhrlRok, so he should be able to pressure it and back off a little bit easier.
Yep. Carter has a few roaches here, and he has a spine crawler coming up, so that was very well played by Carter. I think he's going to be able to hold this off, but who knows? We might see a few drones die at least. He's going to be able to shade around and get into a different base for sure.
Absolutely. Not afraid. At first, I kind of thought that shade was getting in there was questionable, but with the shade and now splitting the adepts, he's doing quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, already bringing down a queen. That's good enough, as is.
So he gets in, get as many drones and some roaches as possible, see if he wants to shade again. Yep, and he shades again.
Yeah, well played by Carter. Carter was able to pull away the drones. He hasn't taken any drone losses that I've seen, but I'm pretty terrible at observing, so who knows? He might have gotten a few. But even that queen was a pretty good for those adepts.
Absolutely. The adepts now in the natural, just kind of carving up these drones. Yeah, for some reason my drones loss isn't coming up either, but...
Yeah, I feel like because OhrlRok is in single targeting. I'm not trying to nitpick him by any means because he's doing much better than I would versus Carter. But if he would single target all of these drones down instead of letting them just pick and choose at random, I think he'd get him down. Now he's starting to kill them with those 3, but there for a while they were just injuring him all and not bringing him down.
Yeah. I feel like...
Before it was showing us what was lost. It's weird to me that it's not doing that.
Did we not do WCS Game Heart?
Well, we never did officially, but maybe that's what was coming up.
Well, no, I don't know how you set up the game or whatever, but I just had seen that title before or whatnot. But anyways, either way, getting back to the game, we'll get it figured out. But yeah, I used to have a little thing that came up that said minus or X'd out 10 probes or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting to see. I know he got some there. I just don't know the count.
Yep. So getting back to the game here, we got Immortals coming out. We have at least one Robo down for OhrlRok, and Blink is about to finish as well. So Resonating Glaives already came down, so he should have a pretty strong ground army to move out here. Let's see if Carter's able to defend this. He just kind of has roaches at the moment.
Yep.
And that won't fare too well against the strong gateway army of OhrlRok with Immortals.
Yep, Immortal's already in production, so it's definitely the counter to the Roaches. We'll see what Carter chooses to do with that as 6 more Roaches come into production for Carter. The 4th down for Carter too, though. The creep spread looking pretty good. Carter's just taking as much time as he can to macro behind this as possible.
Absolutely. It's got 3 base saturation now, or almost, full saturation on those minerals at his 3rd. So, as long as he doesn't take any damage here in the next, minute and a half, he should be okay to kind of, stabilize and be able to fight OhrlRok as far as an army goes.
OhrlRok actually has the work account lead. Well, Carter just overtook him, but they're keeping it fairly close. So I'm pretty impressed with his macro behind all this. That was some pretty good pressure to keep ahead in the worker count.
Yep. Evo Chamber and Hydra Den going down for Carter, so it looks like he's going to be pushing Roach Hydra style. It fares pretty well against that Gateway army, especially with Lings in there to buffer some of that damage. But I just don't know that he's going to have the time if OhrlRok wants to push out here into that 3rd. I think his army, as it stands right now, is going to rip through Carter's.
Yeah, and he's going for the Warp Prism. I was interested to see if he was going to get an Observer so he could try to see if Carter was going to come from the middle. He's obviously posturing up towards the creep, which I think is the correct decision, but definitely some vision wouldn't hurt him.
Absolutely, and so it looks like he is going to push in now. We have to see. He kind of gets an eye with those Adepts. Doesn't shade in quite yet, though, just clearing out some creep.
Yep, always good to clear that, kill that creep. Carter's going to drop back for now. He doesn't want to take this fight just yet. I'd imagine he's going to wait for his production to finish up. He's starting to pump Hydras now, and he also had 7 more Roaches coming into play as well.
Absolutely, and he is going extreme heavy Roach style here with some Ravagers. We'll have to see, he has 3 Hydras in production, so it looks like he's kind of shifting over to that too. He really needs those Hydras in there to help do some of that DPS to the Stalkers. The Roaches just don't do quite enough damage.
Yeah, the Hydras will be nice to take down. That Warp Prism too that just joined Oral's army as well.
Absolutely. You raise a good point, sir.
Oh, I've been known to raise 1 since we started this, so it's it happens. But enough Ravagers, though. There's 4, so that's enough to get at least a few bile shots off. I like that play from Carter. And he's bringing in more Roaches and began his Lurker. So,
all right, so here comes the big fight. It looks like some force fields going down, picking off as many units as possible. I think Carter needs to back up here and regroup. If that means sacking this base and moving to the where the 3rd is, I think that might be a better idea if OhrlRok continues to push in. I just don't think Carter can fight that giant Protoss army at the moment.
Yeah, no, and those force fields were very amazing by OhrlRok. They definitely sent Carter away. I like those. Again, he just puts down 2 more that are pretty nice, so he's doing very well. I've never seen this guy play before, so I didn't, know how it was going to go either way, but I'm very impressed so far.
Absolutely. So it looks like force fields all coming down, time warp going down, so OhrlRok really wants to take the fight here. Carter getting a decent enough concave, and now he starts to really bring in the reinforcements. He should be able to clean this up.
I like those blinks, though. That forward blink, when he did that, I thought he was going to take the fight, but it looks like Carter's going to manage to barely hold as it is just because he's able to bring those reinforcements in. It's pretty close, though. It's so close that I, with my terrible caster skills, don't even know which way this is headed just yet.
We'll have to see what Carter reinforces with, but yes, and it looks now with the reinforcing Lings, he should be okay.
Yeah, he needs to get this Warp Prism out of here. That'd be nice. As I say that, he's coming in for the Warp Prism. He's going to stop those reinforcements and be able to hold. So that was very well played by both players in this.
Absolutely. So this base may go down, but there's no reason. I mean, yes, Carter can just evacuate just like this. This is unfortunate as far as Larva goes, but he can just, not remax, but kind of build an army and then try again against OhrlRok's army.
Yeah, I really thought Carter was going to hold. I called again wrong, but we have 12 Hydras coming into production, so like Giggle said, he's just going to sacrifice this base. He has a 4th that he could start his mining from anyway.
Absolutely. That was a pretty crazy fight that they had there, man. Carter had a really good wraparound. Lurker's now coming out, by the way, but Carter had a really good wraparound, but OhrlRok just, with the Warp Prism reinforcement, really kind of hammered it home.
Yeah, I feel like if OhrlRok would have pushed into the main, it would have been a completely different fight than we're about to see. He gave Carter just enough time to burrow those Lurkers, and now Carter's going to be able to send this away.
Absolutely. I think OhrlRok either has with his army or will be able to build because of his robo base. Yep, he's building an observer now. So we'll have to see those Lurkers and positioning really kind of make fights hard to take for the Protoss, so we'll have to see how he chooses to deal with them.
Yeah, and exactly. Carter went ahead and took his expansion on the other side now from where the aggression just came in. I like that move. He's still ahead in the worker count, 79 Carter, 63 to Oral, so I really like that from Carter. He managed to hold that aggression without losing too much economy. Very well played.
Yep. So pretty much mass lurker coming out right now. I mean, we have a good number of lurkers. It looks about 12.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of damage. Carter, if he gets planted, he can do a ton of damage, but he really has to get a good position in order to take a fight.
Yeah, and I really like that OhrlRok just started both his ground weapons level 2 and his armor level 2. So if he gets enough immortals for this fight, his army's going to look pretty scary here in a few.
Yep. And the Warp Prism coming in now. There were some adepts or some zealots attacking on the right, but Carter was able to clean them up. Warp Prism into the main. We'll have to see what type of damage it does, if any.
Yeah, what's in there? Let's check. All right, we got 4 zealots. Carter goes ahead and wow, I can't speak. Carter goes ahead and takes a 5th and a 6th base behind this.
Yep.
He's feeling pretty confident since he held that aggression on.
He's taking him on the left. Yeah, I know, right? He's taking him on the left there, so he's really kind of just cutting the map in half. And the more that he does that against OhrlRok, the better he's going to be, because we can see now OhrlRok's pretty strong on 3 base, but Carter's really kind of just coming down to him on the bottom side of the map. They're making that 4th base extremely hard to take.
Yeah, exactly. It's even with the Overlord division, it's as if Carter's drawing a line down the middle of the map, a line in the sand, if you will. We finally have some disruptors joining the fight, so I really like that from play. We're probably about to see some aggression here as these zealots come into this base of Carter's. I don't think they're going to get too much done. More of just an annoyance at this point than anything. He is going to lose the Warp Prism, though.
Yep, that he is to that Spore Crawler there, and he brings the army over to clean this up. I gotta say, this game, I mean, OhrlRok has a big army, and these disruptor shots can really mess up Carter if he's not microing well enough. I think Carter has the capacity to beat him as far as larva reinforcement, but I mean, if those disruptors get good shots, that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yep, Carter gonna see this coming in though because of his creep spread, burrows, lurkers. I think that's enough to send it away, and he pulled back. I wanted to see if he was gonna send his attacking force as a wraparound. I really wanted to see that play from Carter, but it looks like he's gonna pull back for now. Oh
Absolutely.
no, he's sending it back around. I think this is the correct move. He's got enough lurkers to hold the play for now.
Yep. So we'll have to see what these disruptor shots are.
Oh, those disruptor shots!
Yeah. I was going to say, Carter, you're going to want to spread them out a little bit more. I don't think Carter knew that the disruptors were coming, though. Those were massive shots.
Yeah, I wish I could do Roddy impression because I would say those were very juicy kids or whatever. But unfortunately, I cannot. Carter's hitting the front of Orl's base pretty hard, though. I do like that. However, he just lost a lot of lurkers. I don't know that this army's going to be able to stand up to what's marching across the map to get it.
Yeah, so I think at this point, well, Carter, he made the choice to kind of now fight this here, and it's just really going to die.
Again with the juicy disruptor shot. Sorry to cut you off there, but that was very well played. I think Orl's going to take this. All he has to do is turn around, and he just gets to take Carter.
Yep, Carter now bringing in more lurkers. I don't know that it's going to be enough. He really needs to buy himself more time before OhrlRok comes across the map. Carter with a decent mineral bank, but not enough gas. So this is kind of his last gasping breath as far as lurkers.
Yeah, and Carter, Manelki pointed out in chat, Carter still definitely has the macro advantage, but those were some very nice placed disruptor shots by Ohrl and definitely put in some work. I think he needs to capitalize on his current slight advantage, if he even has one, and get some attacking in, because as said in chat, Carter's going to pull away. Again with shots. I was going to say again with those.
There's only one way to describe those. That's fucking juicy.
I know. I wish I could do a Roddy impression, but that would just embarrass me.
Oh, God, dude. It's just brutal. Absolutely raining Zerg blood everywhere. Only 2 lurkers that are able to really defend against this, and that's just really not going to be enough. Yep. More lurkers coming out now.
As we said, Ohrl knew he needed to capitalize on his current lead if he has one, and this was the correct way to do it. Those disruptor shots are impressive. I haven't seen this guy play much, but I'm looking forward to seeing him play again.
Absolutely. So now he's starting to see Carter with a little bit more spread. OhrlRok has to donate more of those disruptor shots to take down lurkers. I feel like if he had spread initially on the top of the ramp, that would have made that engage much harder for OhrlRok. With the threat of those lurkers there, Carter could have done more damage back in Protoss' base. But let that be a lesson to all the Zergs. Don't clump your lurkers.
Yeah, that was crazy. But very well held by Carter. I'm not trying to talk Carter down by any means. He definitely pushed away this army. I'm not even sure if that was the correct move. I think Ohrl should have just stayed on it, to be honest, because being down 33 workers, Carter's going to pull ahead in the worst way here very shortly.
Yep. Carter definitely invested in a ton of bases for this type of situation to happen, and it seems to be paying off now because he has a ton of options as far as bases to take minerals from.
Yeah.
OhrlRok's
Carter's
slowly starving out. So
Carter's already wow, I can't speak, but Carter's already morphing Broodlords, so there's pretty much a time window that Ohrl has to finish this game off before things get very ugly.
Yep. So those lurkers still at the top. Really need to... Okay, he picks them up. Doesn't take too much damage on those, so good on him for that. Second disruptor shot doesn't do anything.
Yep, and he's able to push him away while he just sits back here and morphs more Broodlords. So Carter's army is going to look very nasty here shortly. He definitely has all the domination in the air, and he has enough lurkers to siege up underneath it.
Yep, it looks like Menelicki from chat called it really well. He's fixing to run Protoss over with macro, and that's the thing that is saving Carter right now is he just has available bases and minerals to kind of fart around with. So
yep. Even during all that aggression in the beginning, he managed to save all his drones, keep it calm, and just continue production behind it, and it has definitely showed in this game. He's going to bring his lurkers around, siege them down, and probably push this aggression away. The broods aren't quite here yet, but I don't even think Ohrl knows that that's the path he's chosen yet, has he?
I don't think so, but Carter can't really afford to take, disruptor shots to those lings. He needs those lings as a buffer.
I do like this play from Ohrl, though. Sorry to cut you off. At the top end of the map, he brings in a lot of zealots, and they're going to be able to do some work on this base while this main engagement is going down.
Yep, so the Broodlords and Lurkers shooed them away from the 5th and 6th base. It doesn't look like Protoss wants any of that, but I agree. The Zealots are getting some cost-effective trades going on with the bases.
Yeah, they were able to drop 2 queens so far. They're going to bring down the spine, and if nothing else, pull back the army, so he's going to be able to pop in again with this front force. So if anything else, this multi-prong attack is keeping Carter on his toes.
Yep, and it's good. Carter has a good synergy within his army. He has Broodlords and Lurkers to kind of siege and stay put, and then he also has Lings to kind of keep him mobile and be running around and stuff. So OhrlRok just getting every bit of damage that he can, carving up Carter's drones over here with just 2 Zealots. So good play on him.
So many drones going down, though. He was basically able to wipe out that entire mineral line at the extreme north for Carter. And he's coming into this other one, too, trying to get some work done. I think it's very good harassment coming out from Ohrl.
Yep. Those Broodlords, though, really starting to rain down.
Stalker's blinking under him.
Yep, I don't think they know that the Lurkers are there because they're just going to do too much damage. I think this is going to be all she wrote for OhrlRok.
Yeah, Carter's not going to let him get off those disruptor shots again. This time they're much more spread out. Carter's going to be able to push this away.
I think what's really cool here is the synergy in Carter's army. Like, the siege potential and then the rapid kind of movement of the Lings works really, really well.
Yeah, that was a very... well played by Carter. As we say that, though, I didn't realize that he lost basically everything in his main base to a bunch of aggression. I was too busy watching the main fight, so I don't think it's enough to keep him in the game, but I've been insanely impressed by Ohrl's aggression this entire time. He's been all over the map trying to get as much done as he can.
Yep. He finds damage in every little place that he can. He's constantly keeping Carter on his toes. Kind of like I said before, the thing is Carter just has more stuff, so he's able to kind of afford to lose some stuff,
Yep. As GG is called, Ohrl loses everything, but he definitely put up a hell of a fight. That was very well played by both players.
That was like a super good game, dude. I was really hyped on that.
Yeah, that was... Those disruptor shots were insane. He plays very well. I've never seen this guy play before. It's pretty nice.
Yep. I don't know how many people are watching or whatever, but you should definitely, if you get a chance, go follow his channel. He streams a ton. He probably is one of the more frequent streamers that I know, and he's pretty good.
Yep. Next map is being Apotheosis. I'm going to create with GameHeart mod, see if maybe we get those drone counts. I like seeing how many are down.
Sounds good. Apotheosis was the next one? I thought that was that banned?
No.
Okay, you know better than I.
No, that came from Carter, so I'm just gonna pretend Carter knows what's going on. Frozen, Apotheosis, and Getty's. So Getty's next.
Sounds good.
Just waiting on one person. Oh, Rock. There we go. He's coming.
Dude, that game was magnificent. Man.
Yeah, no, I'm so impressed. I was wondering how he was gonna be, and he definitely held. That was impressive. Ohrl, that is. I've never seen his stream, so I was very impressed by how he did.
All right, so we got Zerg Protoss, and it looks like we're good to go. Hit him with a ready. Let's get into game 2 here, man.
Yeah, I'm sad we only have one series tonight. It would have been cool to get another one. Maybe we can find something later on.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like Carter's ready.
Yeah, Carter actually throwing us some props there. That's good to hear. So everyone's ready. I'm going to go ahead and load up this game. Alright, coming into Apotheosis. I think this is Carter's pick, I believe. I'm just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pretty Zerg favored map, isn't it? Because of that gold. But I honestly have no idea. I wasn't paying that close attention. I'm just trying to shoot the shit while we get into that boring part of the game.
I feel ya. I feel ya. Dude, what is that icon? That's cool. The P Finals 2016.
Yeah, I'm jealous that I don't know what that is even. So.
Yep. All right. In the bottom right, he is down 0-1 in this best of 3. We have the red Protoss from Have Fun Good Game, OhrlRok.
All right, and then the top left, our Diamond Zerg player from Canada, the Blue Zerg. It is from Clan Just Carter. But not just Carter. He's more than just Carter to me.
Absolutely. He's up 1-0 in this best of 3, so he's got a nice advantage. We'll have to see if he wants to open with any sort of cheese or anything like that, try and take an easy game too.
Guys, a probe is coming across the map. Am I being cheesed?
Are you being cheesed? You very well may be being cheesed, but I don't think you are. I think yeah. OhrlRok.
I never watched this guy's stream. Is he straight up, or does he get a little cheesy every now and then? It's okay if he does.
I don't think I've seen him get cheesed, but okay. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, no, he went already ahead and dropped a natural at gold, so I don't think we're gonna see any cheese.
And that is bold, man. He goes for the gold instead of the one at home, so we'll have to see if he's able to hold it.
I was going to say, I see a Ling Flood in that base's future, but that's just me being a caster. It's easy for us to call from here, so.
For sure. But if Carter doesn't, I mean, we'll have to see if Carter scouts it, but if Carter doesn't scout it, OhrlRok could get away with a nice advantage there.
Yeah, unfortunately, because we do know a little bit about one of the players, I know that Carter's scouting is pretty on point, so I don't think he's going to get lucky. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that. If he knew how well Carter scouted, I don't know that he would have done that, but either way, maybe he'll pull it off. He's definitely shown me up in the past with those disruptor shots, so I'd like to see something awesome. I definitely want a game 3.
I agree. So it looks like starting to finish off the wall now, getting the second gateway, and then I imagine he's going to drop the cyber core here now that his first gateway is finished up. Yep. Look at that.
We got a probe going off into the corner here, but Carter definitely saw it with his Overlord, so I don't know if anything's going to go on there.
Yep.
I just keep waiting for something really cheesy to happen. I just want something awesome.
That's truly, I mean, Carter getting having the presence of mind to get the Overlord over there is pretty cool, man. We'll have to see if OhrlRok just kind of ignores it and maybe play some mind games that he left. And
yep, Carter about to grab vision of this gold base though, so we'll see what he responds to that. He just now sees that drone full of probes, so see what his response was to that.
For sure, I gotta hand it to OhrlRok. Just going for it, man. Like, this is like swinging for the fences style shit, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I love it.
I love it. Yeah, dude. Like, you're down 0-1. You're like, you know what? I need some fucking minerals right now.
Yeah, you know what? I really like gold. I'm going to go for that gold. He's going for gold literally and figuratively right now, and I couldn't love it more. Carter's going to go ahead and take his gold now, and we will be hitting a macro game. I'm kind of glad we didn't just see like 30 Lings in production or something crazy. So it's pretty cool that we will get a macro game. I definitely enjoyed casting the last one.
Yep. We'll have to see how quick OhrlRok's macro is, like how much more quicker it is now that he's sitting on that gold. Because he's got himself walled off with an adept there to plug the wall, so he should be able to take his natural pretty soon if he wants to.
Yeah, and he's neck and neck in worker count. 27 up Carter to only 26 from Ohrl, so basically the same. I'd like to see that third come down and take it into a really crazy macro game, but I don't know if that's really how he's going to play this out. Who knows, though, with that gold.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta say, from the times that I've seen him, he seems to generally be a gateway, robo, disruptor style army player. I can't say that I've ever seen him go sky toss, but we'll have to see. Having that natural is going to be terrific when he chooses to take it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure when that'll be. We got Carter. It looks like he's going roaches, so he's choosing his decision.
He's choosing his decision.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just gonna pretend that you didn't catch that, but you did. Always catching everything.
It's no layer going down. We'll have to see if he starts it up after pneumatized carapace. That's a really hard thing to say, by the way. Roach Warren just now finishing up, so we'll have to see if he chooses to just get that kind of defensive in case he needs it, or if he wants to put on some pressure.
Yep, Ohrl dropping a proxy gateway and a bunch of adepts, so I think we're gonna get to see some play here in a little while. I'm not sure exactly how he's gonna go with it, but he was very good at shading around and trying to get some work done, so I'd like to see that again for sure.
Look at this scouting from Carter, man.
Yeah,
Right
always.
over the gate, right over the gateways, man. OhrlRok puts down 4 gateways, and Carter comes in immediately afterwards. So a little bit of showing of the hand there for OhrlRok, which sucks.
Yeah, that Overlord came almost in response to those. I'm about to accuse him of stream sniping here shortly.
Carter.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, that's what he always does. Like we said last game, as soon as speed finishes up, that's always his very next move, is to send that OV in, get as much information as he can, and that's why he always knows what he's doing in games, whereas I play blind.
Yep. And playing blind is not good. OhrlRok, though, see, this is the gateway we were talking about earlier.
Oh,
he now has the ability to warp in. I think he's just doing, like, I don't know how many gates.
That's a lot of adepts. I can't even count that high.
Yeah, this is fucking gnarly, dude. I would hate for this to hit my base. Like, this is gnarly. We'll have to see how much damage he gets done with it, though. Carter doesn't really have enough to defend it at the moment, but...
He did pop those roaches in perfect timing, though, and he's going to be able to bring him down into this second base of his and save a lot of it. He was pretty quick on them drones, too. Carter doesn't like to give away drones.
Yep. So shading up now into the main base. Carter automatically just coming down. He's going to take out the spine crawler, it looks like.
Bunch of adepts getting warped in behind this, too, heading back into the third. So like last game, the pressure from Ohrl is just non-stop, and I love it.
Yep. And it's good to see somebody who has, like, multiple builds, you know? Like, he switched this up from what he was doing last game. And I really appreciate that because it shows, you know, competence in a player, so.
Yeah, and he's getting drones, too. 3 have gone down so far, but he's definitely being annoying. I think he could have focus fired down definitely a few more drones, but he's still doing work. And meanwhile, he's still keeping neck and neck in terms of a worker count with only a 5 difference at the moment.
Yep, Carter doing a really good job of splitting his units, and having spine crawlers and stuff to help defend. He really hasn't taken too much economic damage, and he did all that without pressing F2. What a monster!
Oh man, I knew you were gonna bring it up eventually. Yeah, the mod was working that time, and I only saw three drones go down. I'm not saying that's all that he lost, but that's all I saw. So that was very well handled by Carter. He was able to pull those drones away, manage all the aggression, and not use F2 like you pointed out, which was huge.
I know, right? I know. Us plebes. We'll learn one day, though.
Someday, maybe.
So the natural, I mean, that was a huge mineral commitment from OhrlRok, but he is sitting on 900 minerals right now. I'm surprised that he did not take his natural. That was it's just kind of a free given base at this point. But, you know, Caster Sights 2020, he invested pretty heavily into that attack, and I think he scared the shit out of Carter. But just not quite getting the damage that he needed.
Yeah, that push would have destroyed me. I would have lost all of my mineral lines. And Ohrl's going to come ahead and take his third. And he's going to continue making a few immortals. Oh, look at this Adept's taking friendly fire. Rest in peace, Adept. You had to die so that the Bespin gas could get mine.
That's pretty funny. So, knocking down the rocks right now. Man, he does a ton of damage to those things. That is impressive.
Oh, wow. It happened so fast I wasn't even able to funkel my way over there and see it. Oh, wow. I'm seeing it now, though. That's pretty cool.
Uh-huh. Do the rocks have more? Do they take more damage, or like do they have less life when they're up in rock form? Because they don't seem to be taking as much damage right now that they were knocked down.
I'm not sure,
bro.
Is that something you click on?
I told you a softball. Like I have no idea the answer.
Well, they have 500 when they're standing up, so we'll have to see next time they come down what they have. But they have 500 as is now.
Gotcha. All right. So, taking a look at the army of Carter, he has, you know, roaches and kind of a handful of hydras there. More hydras in production now, so more should be coming out. But OhrlRok sitting on a big stalker and immortal army.
Yep, Carter going for missiles, level 1, so he's probably just going to try to go into the same thing that we saw last time with a roach hydra comp. I haven't seen anything that would indicate broods yet, but maybe he'll head there. Who knows? It's definitely different from last game, though, for both players switching up a little bit.
Yep. So the lurker den just being started now for Carter. Seems like, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, as I say that, it looks starting to look a little bit more like last game, but whatever.
Yep.
Can't win them all. You can't win them all.
Yeah.
He definitely made a lot more hydras this time around, so whatever.
Yep. So Warp Prism coming down, Robo Bay coming down. I have learned my lesson. Critter is the only person in StarCraft who still builds Colossi. That is for most likely disruptors. OhrlRok going with the same strategy of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So he should. We're gonna see the exact same fucking thing as last game. Let's see who wins this one.
Yep. Exactly what I just said, right?
Is that what you said?
Something like that. I think okay. I was close.
Word up.
No.
Restating it in better words.
By just changing the entire meaning.
It's true. All right, so let's see. Setting up for the attack now. Wants to hit on this left side here where the
before
the
lurkers.
4th and 5th. Or the 4th and 3rd are, sorry. Before lurkers?
Well, I haven't seen them any in production yet, so it's the
Yeah.
building.
Sitting on another 20, just about 20 seconds before those lurkers come in, and then the time to build the lurkers as well.
Yeah, so this is perfect timing by Ohrl for sure. He's gonna be able to hit in before.
Ooh, that Warp Prism just barely sneaking by. That queen coming to meet it. I think she's gonna die though. Oh, maybe not with the lings.
Again, though, with that multi-pronged aggression, this guy is just all over the map. It's awesome.
Yep. Yep. Bringing in the Warp Prism now. Oh, it will bring in that round of Stalkers, so that's pretty nice. I think it's going to go down.
Main battle begins. Carter's able to bring these Hydras in and push away this battle. I really thought he was going to go for that Mothership core, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point. He has enough to hold it back.
Yep. Carter not wanting to attack into that choke point. OhrlRok being smart. I like that recall. I don't think there's more damage to be done there, even though we can kind of, play around with force fields in that choke. Just choosing a recall out and kind of regroup and then fight later.
Yep. I definitely thought Carter was going to try to get that Mothership core, but it's always easy to say as a caster.
Yep. So lurkers coming in now, not ideal for OhrlRok, but still, problem with lurkers is you have to kind of get set up to use them. They're super fucking strong, but so we'll have to see where OhrlRok wants to take the fight when he has to actually fight those.
Yeah, and OhrlRok able to close the gap between the work account much better this game than the last. There's only a 20 difference this time. Last game there was 30, so he's definitely macroing up a lot better behind this, and he's closing that lead even more as I speak. So it's good. Well, very well played by OhrlRok.
Choosing to go for the 4th, I like that. Getting, I always kind of say I think it's better to just drop it and try and get it than panic and never drop it. So it actually does look like at the units lost here, OhrlRok has lost about almost twice as much as Carter. And as Protoss, your units are pretty expensive, and that's not something that you want to be doing.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I keep forgetting to pull that tab up. I'm going to have to remind myself to do that during the actual tournament. It's a very informational tournament.
Anytime that you reference like income or whatever, or anytime like a big fight happens, that's probably a decent time to bring it up.
Okay.
Because you reference income a good amount, and I always forget to do that. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, let's check the fucking income,
Yeah, well, I always like to just see kind of where the game's headed, and that's usually a good indicator. Oh, man, I'm pretty excited that we're going to go into another big macro engagement, though. Those are a lot better to see when they finally end up happening. I like seeing big 200 supply armies versus 200 supply armies duke it out. Even though it takes a little while to get there, it's usually worth it in the end.
Yep. So a second Warp Prism, he's rebuilding the Warp Prism that he lost initially, and just kind of mass-producing disruptors. He also has a Stargate over here that's building a Void Ray. He actually has 2 Stargates, one built in Oracle for some reason. But his army's going to be pretty strong in a little bit here, and if Carter doesn't really scout maybe the extra Void Ray and the mass amount of disruptors, he could take a lot of damage.
Yeah, that is a scary number of disruptors, with now at least 7. I'm still learning how to count, but I count at least 7, and Carter needs to spread out his lurkers. They're a little clumped up. If they got in there, they could do some significant damage.
Yep. So Carter kind of just choosing to chill. That observer, money observer, man. It sees the entire army, the number of lurkers, and is kind of making its way back to the homeland to report its news.
Oh yeah, he definitely saw these roaches pull out, so he knows Carter's coming across. I don't know if he sees the aggression coming over on the right-hand side, but he knows these roaches are pushing down for this bottom left-hand base.
Yep. And he should be okay. If he splits his army, it's still a pretty strong army. So he should be able to defend these 2 points without too much trouble. He sees the left side, chooses to go there. We'll have to see if Carter comes in on the right.
Yeah, Carter's going to get that probe down with these roaches just as the army swoops in. And it's almost as if by command, those lings swoop in to go for this. Second, Tempest is going to do some work, though. I didn't even see it get made. That's how observant I am.
Yeah, man. Tempest, Void Ray, here comes another Tempest. So single Stargate. Actually, he is doing full Tempest production.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 more in production now that I pull up the tab I should be looking at. So this army is just getting scarier and scarier by them. In fact, Carter sees this and decides now is the time. He's not going to...
Yeah, dude.
No Zerg wants to play Tempest. When you see Tempest in production, it is definitely time to push. And he has enough anti-air. If he plays this well, he's going to be able to do some work.
Yep. OhrlRok in kind of a tough spot here. We'll have to see where he wants to take the fight, though. I mean, he's in a tough spot if he tries to fight the lurkers.
We need some juicy disruptor shots, but his army is starting to look scarier and scarier by the minute.
Yep. Yep, that is true. If Carter just comes in and hits R and burrows, then the disruptors are going to rip him apart. But if he takes the time to spread his lurkers and take a fight carefully, he should stand a decent chance of fighting this.
Yeah, and OhrlRok choosing to stay somewhere near 40 probes. I was wondering where he was going to end his production, and it seems like that's pretty much it. He hasn't made any for a while. He's just going to work on units. But seeing all this aggression come over, that's definitely the correct choice.
Yep. Stasis ward going down. I like that by OhrlRok, man. That's crazy. That's why he built the Oracle. But nice stasis ward to kind of keep track of the army that's going on there.
All these disruptors coming up front. He's going to try to get some of those very good shots that going off again. Oh, man, I was hoping he was going to do them, but I think he missed the Hydra's pushing in. Broods are done, though.
Tempest, definitely a better answer than the first game. Ooh, man, that disruptor shot. It's going to be... it was pretty decent. Pretty decent. Nice split from Carter. Oh, this one's going to be juicy, though.
Yeah, that second one was very nice. Carter handled that split perfectly, though, on that first one. I like that a lot.
Yep. So has enough Hydras now to keep pushing up. Really what he wants to do is take care of the Tempest. The Lurkers can help cover the Broodlords, but he needs to take care of the Tempest.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just trying to practice my observing skills. I forgot that if you hold the mouse wheel down, you can move it around, but it looks really choppy whenever I do that.
It's like you need to slow down your scroll speed or whatever a little bit, you know?
Yeah, this engagement is very well played by Ohrl as well, because he keeps kiting back all these and just not letting the seized lurkers do a bunch of damage to his ground units. I think it was very well handled by him.
Yep, this is quite the extended battle. The fourth base now going down for OhrlRok, but he does have more standing army, and with the Zealots coming in the back, this really should help carve up the lurkers a little bit.
Yeah, I am insanely impressed with how well he was able to hold this army from Carter. That was a pretty scary armor. Wow.
I agree,
Army.
and it doesn't look like there's very many Hydras left to do anything to the Tempest. So I would have to say it was nice for Carter getting the fourth base, and it was a pretty expensive army for OhrlRok to lose. But he does have a few Tempests still left over. Carter's sitting on a massive bank, though. I think that's going to be the real killer here.
Yeah, again, Carter just has that insane macro. If Ohrl would have been able to continue production and somewhere match Carter's, we would have definitely seen a different fight here. But I think Carter's just going to be able to bleed him out. Even if Carter continues to take these heavy, expensive losses, he has such a good economy that he's going to be able to just continue production behind it.
Yep. And now Corruptor's coming out to help with the Tempest. Corruptor Hydra should really kind of help those. Meanwhile, the Broodlords just get to sit and wail away.
Yeah, I'd imagine these Corruptors are going to stay Corruptors this time to deal with this damn Tempest, or at least that's
I agree too. A couple of Hydras getting caught out now. It kind of sucks, but you know what can you do? OhrlRok does have a good amount of Archons, so if he can somehow get some buffer in between it, he can get under some things and really rip them apart. But
yeah, and again, his just kiting is very impressive. He knows he can't stay near any of that siege mess, so he just chooses not to. And I think even though that sounds very simple for us to say, observing, it's very well played by him. This kiting.
Yep.
Especially when you have that long-ass range on those Tempests. Why not? He's able to poke in here with big shots on each of these lurkers.
Yep, so clearing out. Ooh, one Archon going a little bit too far forward. Now he can fight a little bit. He has to absolutely save these Tempests. There is one saving grace.
Yeah. Such a scary unit.
All right, we're good. Being okay. Carter's still, though. 196 applied to 93. We're just kind of OhrlRok doing his best here, but I can't imagine. He's going to have to take a fight sooner or later.
Yeah, because that fourth went down and a bunch of drones went down with it. The work account is starting to split up pretty significantly now, 68 to 19. So these lurkers got in here and wiped out that mineral line. The fourth base got knocked out completely. It's just going to be a bleed out here for OhrlRok.
Yep. I mean,
joining the fight.
They're throwing
GG
down the
is
GG.
called.
Well played.
Yeah, very well played by both players. I think OhrlRok's a monster. I definitely wouldn't want to play him because he could destroy me.
I agree.
Very well.
He actually did beat me. I met him on ladder once and he beat me.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I wouldn't even meet him on ladder because he's that high. He has a higher MMR than me. He's very well played. So, thank these guys for doing that. That was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have another series, so.
That is true. Well, all right, yeah, there should be.
Let me see if we can find another match really quickly. If not, I'll just go ahead and bring down the stream until we can find something else. Mithras is in a lobby. Maybe we can jump into that. All right, I'm gonna drop the stream there just so it'll save the VOD. If we come back up, it'll save it. So thank you guys for
Cool.
watching. We'll see y'all later.
Yep, thanks.